How's it going, guys? Scaredy Cat Vasquez is back at it with another video for y'all, and I am here to do like a little clip, a little short video right now. The same night I went to I Wanna Live in Your Mouth was a very special night because before then I went to this Rated R Horror Speakeasy over in Glendale, California. And it was amazing. I got to see a lot of cool people there. They had like a really good amount of scare actors there too. One guy kept messing with me, but it was just really fun. They had tacos, they had quesadillas, they had drinks. Even the Midsummer Scream Easter Bunny guy came by, you know what I mean? It was pretty cool. And not only that, you know who was there? You wanna know who was there? I'm gonna tell you who was there. Alright, Shar Mayer. That's right, guys. The queen of haunts herself, Shar Mayer. And there with her wonderful daughter who I got to talk to and everything like that. Both of them, you know, scare actresses, and they do amazing work. I believe probably, like, you know, her daughter scared the crap out of me in the 17th door. I got a chance to interview her and talk to her and her daughter, and they were really nice people. Thank you guys so much again, and here's a little clip of it. One thing I do want to mention first, you guys, is that my good friends from Grave Defier are now on Spotify. This is a non-sponsored type of thing. I just really love them. I love their band, and one of my best friends is the bass player and everything like that. I've known him for years. He's a really talented artist and everything like that, so make sure you go check him out on Spotify, follow them, let them know who sent you and all that good stuff right there. If you guys really like death metal, you're gonna love these guys right here, okay? They put on an amazing show, they have an amazing album out right now, so make sure you check them out, and again, just show some support to some local artists, you know what I mean? Thank you. Alrighty folks, so I'm over here at the Rated R Speakeasy over in Glendale, California, and I just bumped into the lady herself, the queen of haunts, and her princess daughter, Rose and Shar Mayer. Ladies, how y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing really good,
That's
thanks.
amazing. Oh my God.
Having a good time.
I'm fangirling so much right now. Just like, I'm excited to see y'all. I have a lot of questions if you wouldn't mind me asking.
Oh, no,
everything
go
like
right
that.
ahead.
Definitely. I know some of the stuff the fans want to see too. I remember you were telling me too, as you were introducing me to your daughter. Your daughter's also what you call a second-gen haunter and everything like that. How did you like? Did she like kind of make you do it or anything like that?
Oh, no.
Like you know, like someone put their daughter into soccer or something like that, or like baseball?
She did put me in soccer.
There we go.
Didn't love that.
Yeah, no one
But
does. There we
no,
go.
it's funny, when I was like a little kid, I was never into scary stuff.
Yeah.
Like at all. But then as I grew up and became a teen, started going to haunt, started seeing her at haunt, it was like I really, really wanted to do it.
Oh man.
And it took a while until I was actually like able to devote the time to being able to be a haunter. But I've been at 17th Door for 2 years, and it's been just the most fun thing ever.
Awesome. And you did the VR thing, it
Yeah.
was like I forgot what the start was.
The Vixie Ward.
Vixie, there we go, something like that. How was that like?
It was amazing.
That's great.
I was basically given kind of free reign to come up with what's going to happen in the room before they get sent into the VR area. So my only obligation was to play a video and keep them entertained.
There we go.
And I really entertained myself.
Oh yeah, I bet. You know, who doesn't love scaring people like that?
Yeah.
And
but
Shar,
it
how did you start it off with the 17th Door? Like, how was that? Was that like your first immersive type of like extreme haunt? Or
No. Before I did 17th Door, I've been in the haunt industry almost 45 years.
Oh yes, of course.
So before the 17th Door, I was in Delusion, I was in Play Dead. Those are interactive horror theaters. And as for horror, I did Blackout, which is like an extreme haunt.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But the thing I like about 17, it does interactive horror theater, so you have the theatrical part, and it also does extreme stuff. So I really like that about them.
I'm glad
and
to hear that,
yeah, I've been working with them since their first year.
I remember that. Yeah,
I was the teacher the first year, and then I was the psychiatrist, and then I took a year and I did cast coordination for 1 year, and then last year I was the doctor, and who knows what'll be this year.
Oh, there we go.
But I wanted to say about her, I never forced her, but she she used to watch when she was a little kid, me putting on Halloween, my horror makeup, and then going out and doing these gigs. So she saw this growing up, and in our house, it's no big deal. Mom's dripping blood or her face is falling off. It's really no big deal when you grow up with that kind of thing.
Of course.
And I took her first one that I took her to was, I worked the Haunted Hayride for 3 years, and I took her when she was a little kid. She went with my mom, and she really liked that.
So scared.
She was scared, and it wasn't really
I could, barely even look outside.
Wasn't scary. But But
That's
I was
awesome.
there,
It was fun.
so.
That's good. That's good.
And
you
then
know?
I started getting her into Knott's Berry Farm because I worked there for 15
course,
years.
yeah, Ghost
and then
Town.
I worked in
Yeah.
Ghost Town for
Yeah.
10 years and Carnival for 3 years, and I worked in Maze for 2.
Okay.
But she did something that not too many people know about for younger haunters. Do you want to talk about that?
I worked at Camp Spooky.
There we go. Okay.
And it was when Cornstalkers was still there. So we had the first half of Cornstalkers. We would put little happy
Yeah.
faces on the scarecrows and then be happy scarecrows during the daytime. And we'd get like teenagers coming through like, oh, this isn't scary. So
Yeah.
we could actually scare the teenagers.
So
There
she
we go.
that's a daytime. They
Yeah,
would do a
it was
daytime
during the
gig.
day.
Yeah, that's
and
so
she
cool.
was how old were you when you
I
did
was
that?
16.
Yeah, they let you do that when
That
you're
was my
16.
first job.
You can't do a haunt. You can't work haunt at night, but you can work in daytime Camp Spooky.
Really?
Yeah.
So that was where she started.
That's like where it all started and
Yeah,
all
that's
began.
what
That is amazing right there. You know what I mean? It's a good thing, you know, family tradition type of
yeah,
stuff.
and also,
you know?
you mentioned the 17th door. At the 17th door, I think we have 4 or 5 second generation.
There's a lot.
Or
Really?
parent child,
Yeah.
parent child. Any others? We have
Yeah,
couples,
yeah.
of course.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's really cool to see like the next generation of haunters coming
Yeah.
up. You know, I'm just like really interested in that, really
bet.
excited about that. And
course.
I did not push her into
Oh,
it.
no.
And
It was all
also-
joking.
I know. And also, she doesn't haunt the way I haunt. She had a whole different style.
Really?
Completely different.
Yeah.
Now, she does her thing. I do
Mm-hmm.
it. I do, when I used to do full-time haunting, it was completely different than her style. I absolutely love what she does.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, there's so many different types of haunting and different ways to scare
Exactly.
people, and it's just finding where your space is and what works for you, and then moving forward with that. And yeah, I'm really proud
course.
she was able to find all that on her own.
There we go. Rose, your mom was telling me that like you're mostly into like immersive and like theatrical type of stuff, like almost like hands-on type of thing. Is that something
Yeah.
you kind of prefer? Would you like ever like go with like, I don't want to say boring, but like is like a normal haunt just not cutting it for you?
I mean,
Like what's like
in terms of performing or going to them?
performing? Yeah, as a performer. Yeah.
I mean, during the haunt season, I try to go to as many different things as I can. I love Knott's, I love Universal, I love more hands-on, intense theatrical
What are some of the ones you
haunts.
did this year?
Hold on. But, as far as performing,
Yeah.
I feel like since I started at the 17th door, I've just been so spoiled
Okay, yeah.
by just the amount of creativity that we're allowed to make use of that I just don't think I could do in normal maze.
That's understandable. That's understandable.
What's up, guys?
How you doing? Are we
Can
blocking?
everybody not hang out in there, please?
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely, man. Now, since security has forced us, we now have to get a little bundle up closer, but it's all cool. We're gonna have some fun until we get kicked out. But as we were saying, Shar, you know, one thing that like, you know, a lot of people want to know too is I'm pretty sure you've mentioned it in the documentary too, but it's like, what was it that like really pushed you to get into like scare acting? Like, what was like the thing that like kind of like you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna do it, and then it just took off from there. Like, what like?
It was really just a natural thing. Like when I was a kid, my friends put on a home haunt, and they were like, "Hey, let's do this." And I always loved dressing up, and I loved horror and stuff. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, let's do that. That sounds like fun." And it's like the first time you scare somebody and you get that adrenaline rush. They get it and you get it, and you share that feeling with them. It's amazing. And then you just crave it and couldn't wait till next Halloween to do it again.
There we go.
And I started off working at a home haunt. My neighbor, not my mom, she wouldn't have a haunt at her
yeah,
house.
definitely.
But my neighbor, yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
we used to do it at her house, and then I got like the following year I saw a maze was looking for people, and I started working for them, and then I found another place that was hiring the next year.
Just one after the other,
It was
yeah.
just every year, and then like after like 4 or 5 years, for some reason my name got around and people started contacting me.
Oh really?
And yeah, because
Nice.
it wasn't really a thing back then. It was it was only a few places to do it. And so I did about 15 years on the East Coast. And then I came here, and then I did 15 years at Knott's. And then since I left Knott's, I did a whole bunch more stuff.
Of course, yeah. Your resume is just an
I know,
amazing
it's
type of story
nonstop.
list and everything, nonstop too. That's another thing.
Yeah.
You're
Still
like,
going.
Still going.
Every
still
year, it's
going.
like, yeah, one more year. Let's go one more year. Got to do it 1 year at a time at this point.
As like, you know, people come knocking on your door and blowing up your phone asking you, Shar, we need you in our haunt. What is it that like really like sells you on, all right, I'm going to go with this one this year. I'm going to go with this one for a few months. Like, what do you look for personally in something that you want to put your art into?
Well, like Rosie said, we really got spoiled working at the 17th
Yeah.
floor. The amount of creativity that they give us, like they give us a borderline of what we're looking for, where we have to go with it, and we get to create the persona of the character and take it someplace. When I worked in Knott's, when I worked on Ghost Town, it was the same thing. You got to create your own character, haunt the way you wanted to haunt, and open it up. Now, I've worked at other haunted attractions and other theatrical plays and films and stuff where they tell you, here's your lines, here's what you're doing, and here. And I love that too.
Yeah.
But as the creativity level is, when you get to put your own spin on a character or develop your own character, right, Ro?
Yeah.
There's nothing like that. I, you know, as a creative person or as an artist, I like to look for things that I can put myself into. Even if a character's completely written up, I'll figure a way to put myself into that character.
There we go. That's a good way. Well, it's usually like for both of you guys. So what's usually like the process you do to like get into character and stuff like that?
What's your process?
Usually getting into makeup and costume is really what does it for me.
Kind of like seeing yourself makes you
Yeah.
more of a, like a lively person. Like if this person's real now because you can see them. That's great right
Yeah,
there.
just all the sound effects, all the lighting. Just once I'm in there, I'm ready.
There we go. That's awesome.
I do, like, as soon as I get my makeup on or my mask, if I'm doing it or if I have a makeup artist, doesn't matter. I relax, it goes on, and then I get a mirror and I look at myself, how I look, and how other people are going to look at me.
Oh, yeah.
And I reach in towards that character, and the character reaches towards me, and we come together, and I become the character.
There we go.
And then I take that to where I want to bring it to where I want to scare.
Awesome. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. That's amazing right there. Now, here's one thing that's just a personal question after talking to both of y'all right now. You guys practice your scare routines at home? Someone's hiding behind a counter somewhere trying to scare each other or anything
Absolutely
like that?
not.
No?
We have zero
Yeah.
zero haunting at home.
Okay, there we
My
go.
husband, who I think you might have seen in the movie Haunted,
Yeah.
does not like to be scared. Does not like anything horror. He's not here today.
Okay, there we go.
Nothing like this. He'll do things that will support us.
That's good. Yeah.
To get to do things and help out with things. But when it comes to going through mazes and to be scared, there is no scaring at home.
Okay.
My warm up is. All right, you want to hear it?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
So usually if I'm haunting in October, usually I'll start in September and I'll go through the malls and people don't even realize like I'm there, and then they'll turn around and they'll be like, oh, you scared me. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's okay.
There we go.
Just warm up by...
They think it's an accident,
They
but you
think-
know.
Yeah, they
Yeah, it's
think
like,
that
no, we
they
did
usually
it.
apologize to me, but yeah, she knows I do this too. It's a good way to just warm up without being too offensive to anybody. Just do something like try to get in and get close to somebody without them realizing, or they turn the corner and you're just right there, and
Oh my
that
God.
freaks people out too. And you don't expect it at like Target or Macy's.
Oh, no, you don't. No. There we go. What about you, Rose?
Do you do anything
Yeah.
for like
Not really. I just get so excited for the
It
haunt
just all
season.
comes
I'm
naturally,
just,
there we
I'm
go.
just ready.
the day
There
of?
we
We all
go.
do our stretching and everything
Yeah.
like that. We
Awesome.
get physically ready.
We were doing yoga for a little bit at
We
17.
There
did
we
yoga.
go.
Well, I try to do like increase my cardio and before, and I always try to tell my haunters do exercises before the haunt. If you exercise before you start haunting, your first weekend is not going to kill you as much as
There
it
we
will if you don't. And we always know the people that don't listen.
Yeah, they're like all
They
like
don't.
exhausted.
Oh, I'm
and
not going
stuff
to do
like
that. And
oh man.
and then they just get in and they're like, yeah, all adrenaline. And then like by the second day, they're like, this hurts. I can't
Oh,
move.
no.
It's like, well, you did that to yourself, buddy.
Exactly. There we go. So let's talk about like your first weekends. Like Shar, your first weekend working at an extreme haunt. Instead of like Not Scary Farm. What was that like for you? Were you kind of shocked about the things that you had? They made you.
Not
Not they
really.
made you, but like they asked you to do and stuff like
Not
that.
really.
No?
I'm pretty familiar with extreme stuff. When I worked Blackout, they gave me a character. They told me what they wanted, and I was able to develop
Okay.
like different things to do with the character. I don't want to talk about the specific.
Oh, yeah, no,
character,
we can't
'cause
give away
Blackout doesn't
anything.
like you to do that. Like I'm okay
Exactly.
talking about like stuff I've created, like and 17th Door stuff. They're fine with it, but Blackout doesn't really like
Oh yeah,
that.
no, they're really secretive.
But I love extreme stuff. How do you feel
great.
about
How
it?
do you-
Yeah, like the first time I ever did
yeah, the
it,
very first time you ever did it.
What
were
was
you
the
just
first
like,
extreme you went to?
or the first time I performed.
yeah, the
Oh.
first time you performed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
There we go.
The first weekend I did at 17, I was in the ball pit room, infamous. But the effect was broken, or the mechanism to get them into the ball pit. We had to shut it down for, I think, to get the balls out of the ball pit. Either way, the room was shut down for the first day or two while they worked out the kinks. So I was left kind of trying to have to entertain people as they waited in a hallway until it was their turn to go into the next room.
There we go.
During our previews. And I was just so intimidated. I had no idea what to do. The other monsters were coming in being like, oh, you can do this to them, you can do this to them, get them up against the wall, really be a prison guard, which is what I had to be. And I was just so completely out of my element. That first night I was so freaked out. But then I came back the next weekend and I had just a better handle on okay, here's what I should do. I had time to think about it. And I really haven't had a bad night since.
That's great right there. That's amazing. Now, one last question for both of y'all. Yeah. For everyone out there watching that wants to do scare acting, what's some bit of advice you'd want to give them besides the stretching?
Buy my book.
There we go. She has a book.
I have a book coming out about haunting.
Oh, coming out. Okay, nice.
About haunting.
There we go.
The most important thing for scare acting is don't be a scare actor because you like scary movies and you like scary things. That's not what a scare actor is. You got to find something in yourself that you want to scare people. Not everybody wants to be on the other side of the mask. Some people just want to be on that side and be scared. Scare actors got to find it inside themselves. If they find that I want to make people scared, and it's got to come from in you. If you're just doing this because your friends are doing it and you want to try it, that's fine. Yeah. But to do it over and over, year after year, damn, it's got to be in you. You've got to feel it inside.
There we go.
What do you think?
What do you think?
I'd say go to as many haunts as you possibly can.
Good advice.
And pay attention to what choices people are making, what the actors are doing, how everything is set up, because the best way to learn is by experience.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a really good one right there. Well, ladies, thank you all so much for taking time. We're all going to enjoy this little event right here, and we'll catch you guys next time. There we go.
See you next time. Bye.
There we go.
Alrighty, guys, this video is going to be cut and short just because, I don't want to be making them too long. I have a bad habit of doing that and going on rants. I'm about to go on one right now. Shar Mayer and Rose, thank you so much for talking to me, taking the time. It really means a lot to me. I'm really glad to meet y'all and get to talk to y'all. Hope to see you guys again and we get to hang out, talk some more just about everything, haunts, life, all that good stuff, you know what I mean? Be on the lookout for Shar Mayer's book. I'm not much of a reader, but I'm going to try my hardest. But anyways, that's going to be it, you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you think about the video. I always like to respond to comments and everything like that. And again, guys, I'll see y'all in the next video, okay? And again, before I go, I just want to say that make sure you check out Grave Defier's new album on Spotify. It's a really great album, really great listen to, something to really amp you up for that workout or, get some shit done that day. Oh, man. So just check them out, let them know who sent you, and show some love to a local artist, okay? Thank you.
Del moron, es un Cristo.